Welcome to the city of Waterside, and you can see this was growing steadily. And what we've actually done up here is created a kind of a layout for a new town. And the other thing I've actually done is I've actually created a station up here, and for the first time ever, I must admit, it's something I've never used very much before, which is creating a line up here. But I thought, considering the distance up to there, it actually kind of fits with the way that the settlement city actually grows. And you can see we've got a bit of demand for industry and a little bit of demand for commercial. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to keep up the current theme down here at the moment, and I've dropped a university down in here as well. So what we're going to do is kind of keep this area growing with offices down here, because we've got to keep the offices growing just to maintain the target, and a little bit of commercial over here. But at the same time, what I want to do is start laying out the new area up here, wherever it is. Map spun round without telling me. And what I'm looking to do is kind of create a kind of residential stroke, but up here we're going to create a beginnings of a commercial area. It's obviously going to, and again, I'm not going to be absolutely. I think what we're going to do is just put some light commercial up here. Gonna have to check the pipes. Yep, we've got plenty of coverage, and at the same time, off of here, I'm going to probably start about there, come out like that. Just connect up like that. Take these roads out here, and I think what we'll actually do is we'll pick up on the theme I've used before, but we'll do it in a slightly different way, in the sense that I'm going to come up like that, probably come across like, actually let's go this way, and then just reverse it. And we'll just come here, connect there, and just start to put a little bit of industrial here. Same principles as before. Not going to go up to the edge of the main road so that they can be expanded. I don't think this area is covered by water. Nope. So I'm just going to put a bit of water out that way. Need to keep an eye on the water supplies, and at the same time just going to speed the game up a little bit. It's going to take forever and a day to. I'm going to pause the game because we're going to cut the power lines. What we're going to do is probably cut through here, kind of produce a road that comes out like this. And maybe one that will come like that. And as I say, I'm going to be pretty relaxed about the layout of this town. I'm not going to be insistent on areas, and what we can do now is start. I think we'll start with some kind of light residential, this area, and down here. Actually, let's put a small road through here, and obviously we're going to put a footpath in, because I want to start filling this area in, giving it some resources, and I think just in the short term we're connect the power up. And we're just going to let the game run. Obviously we're going to have a little bit of an issue here, so maybe if we put a bit of light commercial there, we've got and that should actually connect the power up, will it? We're just going to have to sneak across to there for the moment, just to get it up here, because I just want this area to start growing steadily. We got any power problems in the city? Got what's this? Landfill site. Oh, we're certainly going to demolish that. So I don't want a landfill site now. That was just built to get that distinct building, so we'll remove that. I think we'll just drop another garbage site in here. Of course, what we're going to need up here is more ability for trash collection. I think we'll probably drop you up here out the way. So I don't want this to develop into a major area, but I'd like it to develop a little bit. We've got a little bit of commercial running up, starting to develop now. Oops, got no water, should have known that. I'll just drop some more water over you here, just like that. And of course we're going to need to get some, I think what we'll do is we'll actually use this space here to get the police and that all connected up. So maybe we'll kind of drop you in here, and we'll put a, because we're going to need a crematorium, so maybe we'll just drop a crematorium maybe down by the station. And of course we're going to need a health clinic. Maybe we'll put the health clinic over here just to start to flesh out this footprint. Yep, we've now kind of got a connection through there, so we can take this out. And a link in the center there. And this is connected up through now, so we can take this out. And that, just kind of zone this in low density. And we can drop a taxi rank in, I think. Because where would be a railway station without a taxi rank? And I think if I, oops, got no power over here. What's up with the power issue here? So we're gonna have to just drop you in there to get this connected up. So the new town's growing up a little bit. I think we'll put a bit of high density in here as well, just to kind of get it underway. And of course we're going to need a school, so we'll get a school in here as well. I think maybe that wasn't particularly a very bright idea. Maybe we'll just move that over that way. Then we can drop the elementary school there. I think we can drop a high school in on this corner here, just to give this city a little bit of a boost. And I think, can we get a bus station in? I think we'll lay a bus route in, start it there, kind of. Why is that? Why doesn't that want to? Okay, we'll go this way. Well, I might need to check my one-way roads, guys. I think to start with, we'll just actually just run you right the way round like that. Put some extra stops in later on, and we'll bring you back here and here, and we'll just connect you up there. That will. Oh, and here comes the thunder. And we've got a bit more commercial demand, so I think what we can do is expand this area down here. Kind of keep the high density commercial. Drop some more commercial into this area. And we could probably put a little bit more up here in this area here without getting too close to that junction there. So you can see the city are just going to try and jazz the city up forward a bit more. And we've got the new town kind of quietly growing up here. And I think we can drop a small park in here, give them a bit more kind of zest, and maybe we'll just run this up the back of here like that. Maybe just run across like that, and maybe just bring a road in like this. So we've kind of got it building up quite nicely. I mean, obviously we're going to have employment problems here until the city starts to get any bigger. And there's a quick check. Oh, what have we unlocked? A shopping centre. Of course, it's massive noise pollution. So where can we put this where it won't? It will give a boost, but at the same time, it won't actually. I think. Maybe we can put it in here. I mean, it will, or maybe we can put it up here. Can we put it up here? It was going to have it's going to be quite noisy, but maybe we put that there. That will have quite a positive effect on the area. I think maybe we need to a few more roads. Put a. I think I've got my zoning wrong here, so we're gonna have to come here. That's it. I think this is the ore industry, so we'll drop that in there. But I think we're gonna have to shrink this down a little bit. Actually, let's expand. Actually, no, let's create. Let's kind of just cut this back a little bit for the moment and pull you back a little bit here from Florence Square because there's oil over there. We'll just make you into a little bit of an ore production area. And you can just dig up the ore. As I say, we've got a little bit more demand for industry, so let's just keep filling this area in. And the sun's come up, so we're just going to slow the game up a little bit. So I can work. And so we've got a little bit of growth here. We've got a road coming out there, so let's kind of connect up that there so that people can get through very, very quickly. Let's check the power situation now. Don't need these power lines here now, I don't think. So we can take these out. And we can check the zoning. I think we can now probably add a little bit more high density in this area. A little bit of low density in this area. Just to keep the city growing. Got plenty of cash, so maybe it's time to... Where's the metro line go? Got a metro line there. Got a metro line. Doesn't... It's the furthest point of the metro line. Do I need to... Got a kind of metro line comes out this way. With a station there. Could we... Is it going to be worth running a metro line all the way out that way? Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for it. So, what I'm going to do is... Where are we going to put a metro line? I think we're... Put one down by the station because it makes a lot of noise anyway. Actually, no. Let's put one up here. And... Maybe... one up here. And we're... Oops. Just... Oh, that's okay though. I think we can live with that. Just gonna... Can't live with that though. And then I think what we'll do is we're... Kind of... We were going to come off here, weren't we? So, I know it's duplicating the actual railway, but the railway starts down here, the metro line starts here. I think what we can do now is start up here and just create a spur that will run... I mean, it's a long kind of spur there, but I'm sure we will be building more into it at the end. But we've now got a metro line running out here, which will kind of pull a few people in from this area. And as I say, once we start to develop out this area, which we will do eventually, we'll put more residential in here. That will provide a residential link up for there. And let's actually see how many people are using the station. I mean, is there anyone actually? 34 passengers so far. So we've got this little area growing quite nicely. So I don't want to overdevelop it, so I think maybe we need to cut for the... We've got a little bit of commercial still growing. We've got this area here, which needs to grow. I think maybe we can kind of come through here and just develop this area here, because it's really nice and close to these ports. So, and as I say again, I'm going to keep it pretty relaxed now. I don't think that we need to. See, we're up to 37,000. I think we can kind of put in some buildings like this and the footpaths through here, just so that people can walk through. And I don't want to overzone, so I think we'll just... Yeah, I want to keep it a little bit lean and mean, if that makes sense. And I think we're Put some commercial along the front here as well. And I think we'll just keep it developing quite nicely. And we've got a little bit of office space here. Maybe we can a little bit more office space. Can drop some office space behind here for the residents. And this is a noisy roundabout, so maybe we can just start filling. Actually, just fill this area in here, and maybe out to about there with offices. And actually, we've got a little bit of very tiny amount of commercial here, so let's put some kiosks along here. I mean, they shouldn't create that much noise. We've got a little bit of a kink in the road there, so just keep the city growing. Oops, looks like we've got a water problem up here. Yep. So, always something to do. So we're gonna come down here like that. And well, don't think we need to push up that far. So this part of the city is growing quite nicely. Just keep an eye on our new area. Yeah, I think we've still got a bit of a job shortage here, but I think as people start to come up here, no one's come up here so far, but I think if we can think, you're hearing noises. I've just banged my microphone, sorry guys. Let's see if we can put a footpath through here. And maybe another one across to here, like that. So we got people moving around quite nicely. The old train station here. Oh, it's a train. So how many people have moved in? 144 we got. So we got people coming into the city. Getting a little bit of a traffic jam here with the trains, which could be an issue. What we might have to do is kind of, part of me says it worth actually just going to pause the game. I think we're running out of time on this one, guys, so I think what I'm going to do is gonna and kind of come across like this in parallel. I'm gonna kind of stick off this part here. Come in like that, because the trains coming up from town will come in this way, and if there's any immigrant migratory trains coming in here, will come down this way. So that will mean that the through trains coming through this area here won't get blocked up by that narrow junction. So, and if there's any queue forming up on this bridge, it won't be a problem. So you can see these trains will be able to just flow right through quite nicely. So, still got industry building up, demand for industry. Let's just have a quick look. Before I go, we'll return to what I was looking at. So we've got this here, we've got 600 service buildings to build, we've got to have 15,000 children in the thing. Got a long way to go with industrial zones, so I think we're going to need to focus a bit more on that. We're getting very, very close to education expenses. We've got this here, this one's finished, this one's finished. Got this here, got 10,000 office space to go. We need 3 more universities. This one's finished, and this one's finished. We're just going to have a quick look at that. We got the medical centre, Eden project. We got to construct an official park, which I'm not too sure what the official park is. We got to construct the Grand Library. So which one is the official park? That's there. That's there. Arc de Triomphe. Amsterdam buildings. So that's the official park. So we've got to get to 10,000 there. And that's the Grand Library. So to unlock this, that's the official park. To get this, the Hadron Collider, we've got to have 7 instances of university. Education, the facility provides it all for the citizens. Bit reluctant to build that until we've got those education expenses sorted out. I think what we can do is keep pushing on a little bit with a mixture of industry and things, but that's going to be for the next part, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I'm deliberately keeping these short because I only have very narrow windows at the moment. We have builders next door who have this love of making a lot of noise, so this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. We are well on the way to building the city up, so that's where I'm going to leave it for the moment.